It wasn't the finish. It wasn't the end of it. Okay.
It's really open. You're absolutely right. I had thought that I was over it because God had told me you need to forgive. And so I thought I forgave him, because forgiveness for me means that I allow you in my presence.
Right.
I allow you to talk to me. I allow you to converse with me. I allow you to sit here and share a cup of, water with me. That is forgiveness to me, because I don't break bread with my enemies. So that's what I thought.
Right.
So when I went, I'm very open about therapy. And so I love you being a therapist. And I always say, Black people need 3 things: Jesus, wine, and therapy. So I'm an advocate of therapy. So when I went to my therapist after coming back home and telling her about it, she just looked at me and she said, "Sweetie, you've not forgiven him." I said, "Yes, I have. What you talking about? We broke bread." She said, "No, you haven't." I said, "Well, what did I do?" She said, "You gave him grace." And I said, "What do you mean grace? Only God can give grace." She said, "No, you gave grace. You gave him grace. You've not forgiven him. When you forgive him, it does not hurt you." She said, "That pain that you feel," she said, "it's just like, it's okay, Dad. It doesn't matter to you." And I was like, wow. So I think that was still so I think now, because I wrote that, it was about, a year and a half ago, I've still given him grace. I'm still giving him grace. I don't know how to get to that forgiveness yet. I don't hate him. I'm just indifferent. Right. And it's weird, because I think when you spend so many years outside of someone's life, you have to get to know the adult me. The same me that you left when I was a little girl is not the same me you see before you. And so it's just a weird kind of relationship. But I try. I may call him a couple of times a year. He tries. He calls me on my birthday. But, I told him he has to step it up. And I told him, I said, "Listen, I know this is awkward for you, but, you were the one who broke my heart. So I need you to try to step it up if we build this bridge."
But even that, and I know that we're going to get off of this in a second, because this wasn't, I don't think we intended to talk about this the whole time, but I do want to say 2 things. The first thing is that even one thing that kind of helped me is to forgive the person, specifically my dad and whoever else I thought wronged me. Forgive them even without anything. Like if he never calls you again, it should be okay, but not in an apathetic way.
Okay.
In a way like, I really and truly forgive you. And the other thing that helped me is to think about my dad as an actual person, not as my dad. I don't know if that makes sense, but we're all just people. So we're all mothers. We know that we were people before we were mothers. And to understand what that means, people make mistakes, people, whatever his story is and why he did the things that he did is because of him. And then he had a baby, or multiple babies rather. And
yeah, it's a lot of us.
Right. But he was doing he was doing what he knew how to do at the time.
Yeah.
And even now he's doing what he knows how to do. And I don't know. So that just kind of helped me to move forward with people, is just to say, we all are people. And we all have our things.
And I think, Tikeetha, it's awesome that you know what you require. Right. A lot of us go through life and we don't know what type of love we require. And it seems that you know what you require. So everyone is different. My relationship with my father is wonderful. He was my first protector, my first provider. So I know what that is. And that's why I said it's just a lot of pain there. With forgiveness, it's a process. It is indeed a process. So I'm gonna go into my question I have for you is that you blog a great deal about your dating and relationship experiences. I think it's a great gift to be bold in sharing your life. How does the process of healing take part in your life? That's part of it. Do you believe healing is necessary? And how do you heal? What does your healing look like?
Oh,
right.
Healing is always necessary. I have to tell people, you have to heal. I realize dating now that a lot of people are, one of the things that I'm happy for, I have healed from a lot of the wounds that I have had in dating and relationships. So I'm very cognizant of what I want, because I had a great love in Mr. C. I was able to meet a brilliant man who did not want, you know, when I said, I was like, I'm not giving no sex, you ain't getting a kitty, he accepted it.
I was so happy when you met him, because I started following you before you met him.
Yeah.
And that was part, I was like, oh, let me see what because she about to be dating and telling out. Let me see. I was right. But I was so happy when you met Mr. C, because it seemed
Girl, everybody says that. That man was a good guy.
That's why her hand.
What happened?
Well, basically, you know, my love language is time, and he didn't have time. He's brilliant. And I need y'all to know, he's not like the greatest thing since sliced bread, because, you know, but he is an amazing human being. He loved me where I stood. And that love was so safe and secure. It allowed me to grow in ways I never knew. And I was thankful for that. But, you know, he's so busy taking care of everybody. So I wasn't giving it up. I ain't have to drop it like it was hot. He said, we're going to wait till marriage. He respected my wishes. He was cool with it, you know. And what he did was he still courted me. And do you know how hard it is dating now these men? I told them, I was like, my man paid for 95% of the dates. The only reason he didn't pay for 100% was because if he didn't have no money, I'd be like, well, baby, I got it. But he paid for 95% of the dates. These guys here want to go. I was like, I'm not sharing. That's your job. You need to support me. But I'm a big gift giver. So I think that, like, in that relationship, the healing has to take place. So I was able to heal. So even after we broke up, I just started dating again. It's been almost a year since we broke up. So I wasn't ready for a long time. I was like, you know, I can't go out with anybody else. And this man talks to me every single day. You know, I mean, he still loves me. We talk 3 and 4 days.
I was upset. I'm starved.
Right.
I'm like, baby, that was upset that you broke up.
Because let me tell you, when we get ready to do the interview, it's like, well, I want to know what happened with Mr. C. I'm like, wait a minute, child.
They ain't even keeping up.
Yeah, you know, he had no time.
He had said that he could only give you once a month. Was that what?
So no, that's what I had asked for. So he is, because he takes care of me, he does everything, you know, financially, like I said, with the date. He has a son in college. He's paying tuition by himself. And, you know, being a single father, so you got college tuition, he still helps his parents out. You know, Social Security can only go so far.
Yeah.
So he's still paying bills. So he's maintaining his house, dating me, taking care of his son, taking care of his parents, and then doing whatever else he needed to do. That meant he worked a lot of hours. And I was just like, I get it. I'm not trying to stop your grind, but 1 weekend a month is all I require. And that's ours, untouched. Untouched, me and you. And he said, I can't commit to that. He said, maybe every other month. And I was like, well, listen, I've been down this road where I sacrificed me for we, and I got screwed. So I can't do that.
You gave so many good quotes. You said, sacrifice me for you.
Yes, I have. I've been here. And so he was understanding, and he was just like, okay. And so it was kind of a hard thing for both of us. But like I said, we talk all the time. I mean, he's the one who tells me, like, when, you know, guys do a sneak date, like, I'm very like, I need to know if we're going on a date. I don't like surprises. So when a guy was doing a sneak date, you know, he was like, is this a date? I was like, no, it's not a date. He didn't ask me out. He was like, I think it's a date. So then I asked the guy, come to find out it was a date. Yeah, I don't like stuff like that. So, but he's a good guy. And I think that he was supposed to be the man. Huh?
How you doing?
Capricorn. She a Capricorn child.
Yeah, I'm a Capricorn, yeah.
Well, he quickly became the N-word to me when I read it.
The what word?
He became the N-word.
Say the N-word. If you wasn't here, she said.
Mr. C became the N-word when I read it.
Yeah, you know, but you know, he still like tries to feed into my soul. I think we still have love there. It is always going to be love there. And, you know, you never know. Neither one of us have ever gone back, but we didn't have a bad breakup. Right. It was very healthy. It was a healthy relationship. And I said to him when we ended, I said, you know, maybe you were the person that God sent me to have that intercessory before the man I'm supposed to be with. Absolutely. So I would be ready to know how a healthy relationship is supposed to work. That, you know, we didn't curse each other out. We didn't yell at each other. He never called me out of my name. So maybe he didn't like to hear that. He said, no, maybe I'm the man for you.
Well, yeah, and I also wonder.
He still reads.
Well, see, I sometimes wonder if that's just like what you said, you know, Andre, he said it best when he said, I hope that you're the one, but if not, you are the prototype. You know, remember that song? And
yes.
I wondered in those cases, maybe it's just the timing.
Correct.
Because, you know, when when the son gets out of college, maybe the parents, something goes with the parents. I don't know. I ain't trying to wish nothing bad on that. I'm just saying time sometimes changes things and makes people have more availability later down the road.
We'll see. I mean, I'm actively dating now, so you know, he gotta get in where he fit in. He called me 4 times today already, talking about, you got a date tonight? And I was like, no, I got the interview with the ladies. Okay, right. So when it airs, I'm gonna be like, babe, look, the thing. Call him, babe.
Y'all say hey, speak.
Hey, Mr. C.
I'm seeing Mr.
Make it
C.
work. Figure it out. You better figure something out. You got you a good one.
Who you talking to?
Right, because she is like really upset.
You better figure it out real quick. This is a good one right here.
Mr. C. He's gonna figure it out.
Yeah, you better figure it out quick.
Just need a minute.
I actually wanted to shift a little bit. I know. Wait a minute, Doc. Did
you finish answering my questions?
That was my only question. Michelle had to. I don't know if
I don't think Tikeetha finished answering my only question. What does your healing look like, Tikeetha?
Oh, my healing looks like taking time away from situations that are toxic. I started trying to meditate. I'm not very good at that, but I'm trying. My prayer. I mean, and I get stressed out about other things. And one of my girlfriends, I was just ready to give up, and it was one of my sorority sisters. And she said, no, I'm working on this project. You do not give up. You stand. I'm telling you to stand where you are. And she said, we're about to go into a war room situation, get that prayer closet on, and I'm going to get you. So it's a combination of all of that. But I definitely take time away to focus on me and to see how I could have made a relationship better or done things differently. And even like with my dad, I know I'm kind of probably still hard on him, but I'm still not ready yet. And he knows it. But I called it. I'm a good daughter. I'll call and check on him. And then I'll be like, I'm not ready yet. And he understands that. You can't push me. I'm a Capricorn. You got to let me get there on my own timeline. And I'll get there. I'll get to the finish line. So my healing definitely means that I put myself first and focus on my emotions and validate them and take time out for me to get to a better place before I try to infringe anything else on anyone else.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
What's that, January?
Yeah, January. I'm the 3rd.
December and January.
Capricorn season begins what? December 26th.
That's right.
Right after Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess my question was, it's going to piggyback a little bit off of what Michelle was saying, but it's gonna shift gears a little bit because I am what we call the intuitive. I like to ask about spiritual questions. So
yes,
my question to you is, how important is spirituality to you, and what experiences have shaped your spiritual life?
I grew up I tell people all the time, I'm Southern Baptist. So Southern Baptist is different from regular Baptist. And I try to tell these people up here, and I said, Southern Baptist is that fire and brimstone. Yes. So, I was afraid of everything. God's going to condemn me to damnation. I'm going to die.
Look at
Doc. So I was weird. I was weirded out by being a Southern Baptist.
Yes.
And but as I grew up and grew in my faith, I remember being so angry with God because my cousin was dying, and I'm talking to the pastor. I was just like, it's not fair. How is God going to take the only man in this world that loves me? He said, do you have a husband? I said, he don't love me like my cousin. How's God going to take the only thing that this man has consistently loved me. When my daddy left, he was here, and God is going to give him cancer and let him die. And the pastor said, God is big enough to take your anger. And I had never been told that. Because see, my grandma taught me this: you can't be angry with God. It's wrong to be angry with God. Right. So he's telling me it's okay. God can handle it. Yeah. So that has sort of shaped me. I do believe in God and the spirits. I always tell people all the time, I'm a work in progress. I said, I know many times God is probably sitting on his throne of grace looking down at me, talking about, a child Tikeetha is going to give me a heart attack. I know it.